Hi everyone, so welcome to Investing for Value. So exciting times or interesting times or very shocking times if you're holding and you're panicking. It's not the best of sight, especially when you watch oil drop more than 30% in a day. What happened, off there, especially like Russia deciding to start a war, an oil war with Saudi Arabia. That just isn't a pretty sight. Great for the petrol pump, though bad for world markets. And also, if you watch the stock market after that, stock market had its biggest point drop in history, and it had one of its largest drops since 2008. 2008 was when the last recession happened, and now we're getting again. It kind of signals a recession is really on its way, and everyone should really take it serious. Like, if you don't think a recession's on the way, you really need to do a bit more research into just the whole wider economy around the world, the large companies that are being impacted by the current situation. Yeah, like it's not going to look good. So I wanted to like kind of bring back out this chart that I made about at the end of February. So as you can see, dated the end of February, when the market had just had its quickest 10% correction in history. So many different firsts, so many historical milestones. So when I saw that, I was like, oh well, things aren't going to look great going forward. So basically I created this graph, and yeah, like if you want to see like this big explanation behind it, well, I've just put the link up there with a video so you can kind of watch it if you really want to. So what kind of things did I see when I saw this large drop? Well, I saw the Fed dropping rates, which it did by 0.5%. Then yeah, like it did follow. Like first day it kind of dropped, but the days afterwards market did rise, so it kind of that's in line. And then now that when it got to around about just over 3,100, it kind of just had a plummet, which was today. So and in today, like when I drew this, I didn't necessarily pinpoint this accurately, but I'm really surprised, how close it is, because you can see here the drop was 2750, and today's market close is 2746. So amazingly close, but regardless of that, it's more about just being approximately right than precisely wrong, isn't it? So, now that we know that this is potentially how things are playing out, we can look at what's coming next. So what I kind of saw, like when markets drop so much, I kind of saw everyone holding cash on the sidelines, because at this top here, everyone was being told, hold cash, and when things drop, some people were buying, but then you're still being advised, hold cash, hold cash. And then now we're here, a lot of people hold a lot of cash, or at least a good percentage of cash on the sidelines, and you're all ready to buy. If not, you would have been buying like yesterday, or you'll be buying today, and that's going to prop the market up. And it might continue dropping for maybe 1 or 2 days, but it's going to prop the market up because prices are down. Prices are at levels we haven't seen in a while. So people are going to be buying. Of course, it depends on the companies. Like if you look at airline stocks, cruise stocks, that pricing we haven't seen for like several years at least. So when was the last time like Carnival like sold at $21? You probably couldn't remember that. So that's the thing. It's just like it's been so long. And Delta Airlines, the last time it sold like even below around this 40, like it was quite a few years ago. And anything below that, we're talking like 2012, 10. It's been a while. It's been a real long time. Like tech, well, regarding tech, like it used to sell at a premium, now it's selling at fair value. Like Facebook, $169. Last year, you could buy it cheaper. So to be fair, tech, you're just paying fair price at the moment. And Amazon, same thing. You're just paying, in a sense, like a fair value price. You're not necessarily getting a huge like discount on these stocks, because at the end of the day, all these stocks did trade a huge premium because they were very good quality. and they continue to grow really well. So currently you can only buy tech at fair value. I think if you wait a bit longer, potentially you can buy tech at even below that. Though we can't guarantee, like who knows how this plays out. But I think when people panic, they will sell these down, assuming we do have this situation, which I'll talk about in just a minute. Though I think these stocks will continue to get sold down because there's a lot of panic, and these things have spread much more than I thought it would. If you think about how things are right now, they're just going to get a little bit worse because no one's able to get this virus under control. Like currently, everyone is either really relaxed or there's just a lot of blunders that they're not working out right. And also you don't have a vaccine, and a vaccine might take around about 12 months before before it comes to the market, which is a bit troubling when you think about it. By then, the virus would have done its damage, and there's not much we can do after that. So with these stocks here, you've got tech selling at fair value prices, and you have tourism stocks selling at quite a low price, historical lows in a sense. If we look at how we've never actually seen these prices for so long at this level, so a lot of people are starting to buy. A lot of people are going at first when things drop down here, they look good. Then they rose up. Then they dropped again, and things look really good. And then people are going to buy. As I alluded to in my previous video, basically this sets up like a bull trap. Everyone spends all their cash. They spend all their cash, and then if the market drops again, there's no cash to rescue, right? Because that's literally, if you hold cash, you hold the biggest advantage. And if you watch Warren Buffett, he's always holding cash right to the end, so he has the biggest advantage. Like if you remember in 2008, when everyone had used up all their cash, all the big banks were like, we need cash. And the only person that really has cash at the moment is Warren Buffett. So Warren Buffett was doing all these massive deals at massive discounts, and he made a lot of money. So that's the kind of situation, because markets keep dropping, like it comes in quite a lot of stages, and each stage people keep flushing their cash, and by the final stage, people run out of cash. So basically, this situation here, I guarantee a lot of you would have spent a lot of your cash. So did you spend a lot of your cash? And you're going to watch the markets right up a little bit, and potentially if the financials come in, because mind you, between the peak here and the drop here, it was only about 3 weeks. So we haven't actually had haven't actually had financial results come out. So the minute financial results come out, companies give out like new forecasts to say we're going to be down in second quarter and third quarter. People are going to get really upset. People are going to run to the doors, and we're going to have a massive sell down. And if we have a massive sell down, everyone's all invested because they use all their cash right at this point. We get a little bit higher, but boom, things are going to go to chaos. Things are going to really drop. And this is what Warren Buffett generally looks for. He looks for these massive drops where no one is left standing holding cash except him. So that's kind of what I want to allude you to. So like, if you think things are cheap right now, I would still hold some cash until the final moments, until literally chaos has broken out. And like we're talking like maybe 2,250, which is an extreme drop. Like if we look at the S&P 500, today it only dropped 225. If we drop another 500, you're going to really cry. You're going to hold your portfolio and go, just what happened? This might not happen, but like so far, this scenario is playing out as we speak. I've made no changes to this graph. You can watch my video that I linked at the start of this video, and you can see things are playing out as I kind of explained the other day. And that's just going to be reality because the world's having a shock of its life right now. You're having a virus that's not able to be properly controlled, and you have the US right now who is looking to test they're looking to get 4 million tests out, and it's not going to be anytime soon. Like Trump thinks it's going to be soon. He tells people it's soon, but it's not. Like they're going to have trouble trying to get 1 million tests out and then find those results. Never mind 4 million. Like to get 4 million tests done, like if you can't get it done this week, that are just like everywhere, and then they're spreading this virus, and it just gets worse. Like I'm predicting, like the US is in a month's time or shorter will have more cases than Italy. That's what I'm forecasting because currently they've ran it worse than Italy. Like I thought Italy didn't control their situation well, and I thought Iran didn't control the situation well. But I'm looking at the US and I'm thinking the US should be so competent with how they control things, but the CDC managed to mess up the test kits, and then they couldn't test for people. And they can't test the virus on people. If you can't test the virus, no one knows if they have it or not, because it's also a really bad time when people get flus. And if you have the flu or you have the virus, which one? That's both spreadable, of course. So which one do you have, and which one are you going to be spreading to someone else? And if you're spreading corona, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Once those millions and millions of tests come in, and they're really as bad as I think they are, well, everyone's gonna really panic. Everyone's gonna really panic. For the goodness of everything, I hope it doesn't come out that way. But we just have to look at the reality of the situation. Situation is people have not been tested. Majority of people have not been tested for 67 weeks, which is a long, long time. If someone has this virus and they've been running around for 5 weeks, how much damage have they done? So we will see how it goes. But comment below to let me know your thoughts. I'm always interested to hear those. And if you have any other companies, let me comment below and I'll have a look at them. Though I kind of stand with what I'm saying right now, that you don't necessarily want to buy a lot of companies. You want to hold and conserve some cash in case markets drop, because you're going to get very vulnerable if you're all invested. So try not to invest all of it. At least have some cash for the goodness of your portfolio, for your own sanity for that matter. Hold some cash. Until then, thank you for tuning in. Take care of your portfolio, hold some cash, and good luck investing.